Hello Thompsonites, hello Northerners. Today is an exciting day. We're kicking off the 2011 provincial campaign, NDP campaign, here in the Thompson constituency with your NDP candidate, Steve Ashton. Someone who has worked hard for our North, someone who's been a champion for our communities, Thompson, Waboden, Oxford House, War Lake, Thicket Portage, Piquotanay, Split Lake, and York Landing. Someone who has stood up for the North, has stood up for investment time and time again in all of our communities, and has fought for us every single step of the way. So with this, we're looking ahead at an exciting campaign, at an opportunity to re-elect Steve Ashton, somebody who will continue to fight for our communities, who will continue to work hard to make the North prosper. And I'd like to introduce you to your NDP candidate, Steve Ashton.
Well, thanks very much, Nikki. It's a great day here in Thompson today. It's not just a great day weather-wise. There's a lot of very important things happening. And I want to stress one thing, by the way, as we go into this campaign. It's about a very clear message. Our campaign is about hope, and it's about building a better Northern Manitoba for everyone. As I stand here today, I want to make our commitments very clear. If we're re-elected, we're going to continue our record investment in northern roads, the existing roads. We're going to invest in our new roads as well to connect new communities to the all-weather road network. We're going to continue to invest in our airports. We're going to continue to invest in the Bay Line. We are going to be continuing to invest in infrastructure in northern Manitoba. As you go a short distance away from here, you'll see our new UCN campus under construction. If we're re-elected, we're going to finish that construction. And I want to stress, by the way, that's not just about a building. That building is about hope as well, because it's going to bring new programs, a new opportunity, a new hope to our area. And to the PA, we're also building a new campus as well. I want to stress, too, the other commitments that we have over the next period of time, because it's really important. We're going to continue to build with our publicly owned, and I want to stress, publicly owned hydro company. We're going to continue hydro development. We've completed the Wisquatam Dam. And we're going to continue with the investment in kiosk. As we face some challenging times ahead here in Thompson, I want to stress one thing. We're going to continue to work to protect value-added jobs. And in fact, we brought in the Nickel Belt Sustainability Act. We're going to be there for the city of Thompson and to make sure that we have the diversity and the kind of development that we need in terms of value-added jobs from our nickel resource. And you know what? Over the next few weeks, you're going to hear all sorts of announcements in terms of healthcare, education, social services, recreation, in terms of building secure communities. But what I want to stress, this is a real clear choice here. Our commitment, as I said, is to build a better Manitoba for everyone, to build a better Northern Manitoba for everyone. But I just want to remind people of the other choice. The Conservatives have already indicated that they think we're spending too much money on northern roads and transportation, that they would cut it. That's what Conservative leader Hugh McFadden said in the last election. He's repeated that since, in fact, in an interview, didn't do it here in northern Manitoba, in southern Manitoba. Let's not forget, when it comes to UCN, that the Conservatives said they were opposed to the establishment of UCN, and they've spoken out against building new campuses in northern Manitoba. Let's also not forget that when they were in government, they cut northern health, they cut northern education, they cut northern social services. They have a tradition of cutting. And you know, I talked about hydro development. There's only one party that you can trust to keep Manitoba Hydro publicly owned. But you know, let's not forget that not only can you not trust the Conservatives in terms of the public ownership of Manitoba Hydro, anytime they've been in government, one of the first things they've done is shut down northern hydro construction. They did it with Limestone, they did it with Conawapa, and I have no doubt that we would have the same risk for the Kiosk Dam, which we're prepared to build. In fact, we're starting the site work this fall. So there's a lot at stake in this election. It's going to come down to a very clear choice. Our vision of hope, our vision of building a better northern Manitoba, a better Manitoba for everyone, or a vision of turning back the clock with the Conservatives. I will be, over the next few days and weeks, continue what I've been doing ever since I've been honored to be MLA in this constituency. I'll be out door to door, listening to people, talking to people, and putting forward our vision. And I ask you to join with us, because when we talk about building a better northern Manitoba for everyone, it's not a question of a provincial government doing it. It's important to have a provincial government that's on your side. But as I stand here, by the way, you can look anywhere in this constituency and you'll see the difference we're making. You can go down the road to Woboden, where we built a new health center. You'll see the highways improvement as you drive towards Thompson, past Paint Lake. As you come into Thompson, you'll see some of that record investment in highways right here in our community. You can drive a short distance away and you'll see the work that's taking place in our UCN campus. You can go on the train and you'll see the work that we were part of in terms of improving the Bay Line. You can always go to Thicket Portage and Piquotanay, where we're going to be expanding the airstrips, improving the maintenance on the highway, in fact building new boat docks to make accessibility greater for those communities. You can drive up the northern part of the constituency on Highway 280 and you'll see the major work that we're doing on 280 as we get ready for the hydro development and as we upgrade the road for the community of Spit Lake. You can go on the ferry, and by the way, we're redoing the ferry into York Landing. And as you get into York Landing, you can talk to the First Nations in York Landing and in War Lake about the route selection that we've put in place for all-weather road access into those communities. And then, by the way, if you want, you can board a flight to Oxford House. But you know, in a few years from now, you won't have to board a flight into Oxford House, because Oxford House will be connected to the all-weather road network. There's not a community in this constituency that we haven't worked with to build a better lifestyle for everybody in those communities. And yes, there are always going to be challenges. I mean, I mentioned some of them here in Thompson. There are challenges everywhere across this constituency, but there's tremendous opportunities. So when I talk about the choice, that's what it comes down to. A vision of hope, a vision of opportunity, a government that's committed to working with Northerners to build a better Northern Manitoba. Thank you very much.
Hear, hear.
I'd now like to ask Grand Chief Arnold Uskin, the Grand Chief of the Keewatin Tribal Council, to join us.
Thank you, Nikki. I'm here to support Steve Aston once again, because I've seen the dreams that I had for the North come to a reality. And I've dealt with previous, when PC was in government, I knew about their policies. And it's something that I don't want to deal with again for the North. And I see the potential that's here. Mr. Aston sees it. And we are going to improve the Northland economy. And for me, when I look at PC policies, it worries me, especially for First Nations people. And that's why I'm here, standing here to support Steve Aston, to look at equality for everyone, youth, elders, First Nations, non-First Nations people, everyone, all Manitobans that will feel the improvement from this government to continue. This day, when the election was called, I was concerned because all the plans that we have for the North, especially for Keewatin Tribal Council and the infrastructure and transportation, we don't want it to come to a standstill. That happened back with the road that was proposed between War Lake and York Landing. When PC government came in, they stopped it. But I don't want to see that happen with this proposal for all weather roads. And the last thing I want to say is I don't want anybody to wake up on this vision that we have. What I mean by that is we're seeing visions and dreams that our people had, and we see it coming to a reality. And I don't want PC government to come and stop the dreams or the visions that we have. With that, I give my full support to Steve Aston. Thank you.
Hear, hear.
Thank you very much. We'd like to encourage everybody to be part of our exciting campaign. Our offices at the NDP campaign offices are at the Southwood Mall. Please come out, and we hope to see great support over the next few days, and of course going ahead till October 4th for hope, for a bright future, and for only the best representation from Steve Ashton and the NDP here in the Thompson constituency. Thank you.